Well, hey, what did I tell you? The Invest 98L has officially formed today. Where is it? There it is. And let me just reload that. As I'm talking right now, Invest 98L formed seconds ago. There it is, Invest 98L in the Gulf of Mexico. Here's where it's currently located, 25 knots already, so it's already very close to being a tropical depression. 1,013 millibars. Again, that's that. So this is pretty much what it is, this little area right here. Now here's where it's located, expected to move through Florida. Look at the models now. Most models haven't come out, and they're usually the outliers first. So if you look at them, most right now don't forget the tropical storm status, but those aren't the main model like the GFS and stuff like that. So those are mostly the outliers. So we have, just those models. And this is my prediction for the system. Here it is. I'll just put it right here. I think it's going to be doing something a little bit like this, and then border, go down, and potentially be right down there before, kind of dying off. Those are a little bit of my predictions right now. Those are kind of likely, but we'll see if that happens or not in the next couple of days. Here's what the models we have right now. Again, we don't have all the models. Here's what the CMC says so far. So it's actually just bringing it inland, never coming back out. But we do think this is what we think is going to be happening with that system. Something a little bit like this. We expect in the next couple of days. Very likely forming as a tropical storm. It is very close to tropical depression. So tropical depression is expected. We'll probably change that to a tropical depression very soon as it's formed. Let's look at the satellite imagery for that system, Invest 98L. So this is where it's currently located. This is the system right here. And that upper, it's a low in that big area of, central low area. But here's currently located. Convection has slowed down a little bit, but it does look like it has a somewhat of a rotation. If it can get a more closed-in rotation, right now it's a little bit of a broad area of rotation. If we can get that more closed in, it very much has a chance to become a tropical depression as it moves that way. Sorry for the background, by the way. I'm in a very severe storm, so I'm just... Anyways, here's where we have Tropical Depression 5. We'll talk about that later. Here's where we currently have, look at those chances. So again, this system is expected to move north very soon before emerging back out, which is why we now have those potentials as it's going to be emerging back out. If we do look at the forthcoming models for 98L, we'll look at each of them like we usually do and then kind of do a little bit of a cone for what's expected. Let's look at the forthcoming models for that system. It's currently located, as you can see on your screen. This is kind of where it is, this area. At least this is where it's going to be in the next 6 hours. 12 hours, nothing too much going on. It looks to be 18 hours, 24, 30, 30, 42, 54, 60, and then when we get to in 78 hours, this is where it is, as you can see. This is where it is going to be in the next 78 hours, right off right here. And then as we get into the next 90 hours, it emerges off and could be a tropical storm. Oh my god. Sorry. Looking at the CMC model, same thing there. It emerges off the coast a little bit sooner with this one emerging in the next 72 to 100 hours. So it is pretty on board with that as well. Systems are starting to move of this, staying a little bit more inland than expected before. The icon shows it going way out to sea, believe it or not, in contradiction with the other model. Navgem also showing it a little bit more out to sea than the other models. All the models bring it to around tropical depression to tropical storm status. WW3, again, in line with what I was talking about, shows it skimming that coast when it emerges off South Carolina or North Carolina. WW3, same thing there. Now we're about to take a look at the potential wind speed for that system. We're going to move at, let's see here. eastern US because this is where we're gonna have the best view. So let's change this to. Oh, we haven't taken a look at the European model. Shows pretty much the same thing as well. So let's change this to the wind. European model, here is it. So this is where we are. That was in the last 72 hours. Let me go to right now. Okay, so this is what we have currently right now. Just nothing much active. Now, as we look into the coming days, it shows it become a tropical storm in the next 144 hours. So that is hours to days. So it shows it become a tropical storm in about a week, which is pretty likely. And then it stays, and then it kind of dissipates out. So we could have brief tropical storm according to the European model. Look at the GFS model. Let's look at the GFS model. See what it has to say. GFS model showing, as you can see, showing Edward a lot stronger than National Hurricane Center says it is. But anyways, looking at the GFS model, it actually does not show this become a tropical storm. And yes, it does. It shows this become a brief tropical storm, or not a brief tropical storm before moving out north to sea. So that's two models already showing this tropical storm status. Let's see. Let's look at CMC here. CMC also going with those tropical storms. It looks like North Carolina could very well be getting tropical storms. So we're gonna have to see. It says 3 models looking at a tropical storm. Let's look at the Icon model. The Navigem model. Let's see here. Navigem model. Oh my god, I am so sorry, guys. Navigem model also. So the Navigem model isn't going with a tropical storm, it looks like. No, okay. So that's 3 models going with this tropical storm. 4 models, I mean. Navigem also going with this tropical storm status. Oh. Okay, the lights just turned off. Okay. Sorry. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm still trying to record that video. The lights just turned off. Icon also showing those tropical. Okay, so that's 5 of the models. I'm gonna have to finish this video a little bit early because the power has turned off, and I'm gonna go check on my system.